to the new thing isn't global warming or isn't Ukraine or isn't COVID. Now it's the Muslims. And I don't like a lot of the stuff Israel's doing. I think they stood down. I think it was a false flag. I mean, I think real Islamicists attacked, but it was clearly money Biden sent. But what's the larger picture here with Harvard and the big universities endorsing this? We got a lot to talk about in the 45 minutes or so we've got him, and I'm going to cover some more news after he leaves us in this hour before the next guest joins us. But clearly we said another big war is coming. That's going to be the distraction from the COVID deaths, all the rest of it. And now they're trying to trigger a holy war. Obviously, you get boosted big on Twitter and everywhere else, Hotep, where you're already reaching millions a day if you got on the bandwagon. But clearly the establishment is trying to create some type of clash of civilizations here. Hotep Jesus, thank you for joining us, hotepjesus.com. And people can also find you at Hotep Jesus on Twitter and menofhonor.com. So, Hotep, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Oh, absolute pleasure, Alex. So, yeah, so your take on Israel is pretty much similar to my take. Obviously, the timing is convenient. We have election season now here, a.k.a. grifting season. Nikki Haley has proven to be a supreme grifter herself after her comments on Fox last night. But what's the bigger story here? Well, first of all, the next distraction is to create something domestically, right? Create some sort of event domestically. Now, it's been happening in spurts here and there. You have protesters clashing. You have Grand Central Station being attacked by pro-Palestine protesters. You have Jewish people being attacked. A lot of different skirmishes have taken place on domestic soil. Much of this planned, much of this known by the elite rulers. And that was one of my fears early on, where there's conflict in the Middle East, and because of all the vitriol on social media spilled into our streets. Now, much of this stuff, as we know, Hamas and Palestine has been supported by George Soros. Black Lives Matter supported by George Soros. We've tracked down some of these protests between the pro-Palestine socialists, I think Stop the War Coalition is one of them. And Jeremy Corbyn is partly behind some of these protests. So what we have is a communist socialist takeover of another people's struggle. But what's the bigger story that's happening here? Well, while everybody's distracted by the Middle East, what we are experiencing is a complete and total financial transformation where money is going to change how it operates, both at a wholesale level and a retail level. Right now, the House Financial Services Committee is discussing Basel III Endgame. And basically what they're talking about now is, what are the capital requirements for a banking institution? Now, we know what the capital requirements have been since COVID. They said that they are basically zero. You need zero reserves. But now Basel III is challenging some of that and saying that banks need to hold more money, more cash, more capital, which is going to hurt, obviously, the small guys. So what we're looking at right now is actually a huge transformation of the banking industry. If you look, you'll see many banks right now shutting down. You have Wells Fargo.
By the way, let me just interrupt you and say bingo, 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 ding, 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 ding. We're coming to the end of the big bubble, the new rollout of the central bank currencies. They admit it, and they need crises as the diversion to bring this in.
That's correct. And not only so the crises is going to be the diversion so they don't see all the laws being passed. But then later on, the crisis is going to be the reason why we need the new banking transformation, right? So we have Basel III. Let's put that aside for a second. They're meeting about that today. FCC is meeting about total control of the internet. That's happening today. Now, let's focus on the banks really fast. So we have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. All of these places are shutting down your local branch banking institution, right? And they're saying it's because everybody's moving online. So payments are moving digital. You were talking about before the break how we have POS happening now without a human being. I was thinking this morning that we might start to have transactions happening without even your card. So the way the CBDC system is working, central bank digital currency is working, is through QR codes. And the offline payments are actually going to operate through your cell phone. So I'm guessing within the next 5 years, not only cash is going to start to dwindle, but credit cards potentially start to dwindle, which brings us into the key component of all of this, which is the digital ID system. The European Union, you can have you guys look this up. European Union.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by Hotep Jesus are those of Hotep Jesus's and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Hotep Nation or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our Office of General Counsel via the sheet of the town. And Hotep and them.
Trump got the internets in shambles. Iowa caucus is around the corner. And the sheep are scurrying. The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Happy MLK Day, Hoteps. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat. Hotep to the Hoteps. Hotep to all my Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What up, y'all? We back. We grifting on a Monday. We grifting on a holiday, a holy day. Shout out to MLK, his family, and all of that, all the sympathizers. Shout out to Charlie Kirk. Woo. Real quick, you might see some ads coming out from my account. I got the ads going this weekend, so you may see ads popping. For the Grifties, make sure you get your tickets to the Grifties. Grifties tickets on sale. Now, VIP is sold out. We got regular admission. More than half taken last time I saw, half sold. So make sure you guys go get your tickets. More special guests to be announced. Real quick, let me pull up the... Let's pull up the pull-ins up. Here we go. No, don't do it like that. Hold on. All right, here we go. We got our confirmed speaker list. As you can see right there. We got Alex Stein, Primetime 99. The incomparable Sonny Johnson. Conspiracy tinfoil hat. Theorist Sam Tripoli. Chrissy Mayer. Shane Cashman, Tim Cast, IRL, Cannon Hotep of Hotep Nation, and Phil Labonte, Phil that remains, also of the Tim Cast crew. Renee, I got to get you our sponsors logo so we can take care of our sponsor and get another iteration of this flyer out in the public. Oh, excuse me. Also, it's got to be square according to Twitter's guidelines for ads. I guess they want a 1-by-1. Anyway, so make sure y'all go get y'all tickets. Also, new products dropping soon over at menofwater.com. Make sure y'all go get y'all subscription now. We got a new product dropping. Apex drops this week. Apex, this is our testosterone product. Apex coming very, very soon. Actually, Wednesday. I ain't going to say that anymore. Wednesday, pretty much Tuesday night. You can probably place orders Tuesday night. It'll go live. I'll make an announcement on my Twitter, but our testosterone support supplement is coming soon. And we got 2 more projects rolling out this year that'll give us a total of 4 SKUs. Shout out to Hotep Jesus, CEO and founder of menofwater.com. Some people have asked, like, Hotep, who runs this company? What stuff you're endorsing? I'm endorsing my own stuff. This is the stuff we created and formulated, bottled in America, and designed for a special Hotep audience. You're not going to get your Mzungu ingredients. These are all natural herbal ingredients, okay? Only the best of the best for my people. Okay. Nerd Nash said, I rock with Vivek. Oh, come on, nerd. You know, let's just hop right into this. Let's just hop. And nerd ain't gonna get me started up today on a Monday. You know, I'm not even mad at that though. I can't be mad at that because, again, I've said this in the past. Y'all don't got no choice. Like if you don't like Vivek, who else is there to like? DeSantis is deplorable. Nikki Haley's a dumbass. Everybody else dropped out. You know, my guy was Doug. Doug Burgum was my guy. Nobody liked Doug. He had to drop out of the race. You know, so I'm not even mad, because this is like, out of the left and the right, Vivek definitely looks like the best option. He definitely looks like the best option. I just know a chameleon when I see one. I know a shapeshifter. I know a lizard snake tongue when I see one. And if anyone's got one, it's definitely Vivek Ramaswamy. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Let me open my tabs up. There's a lot of drama. And I want to go through it in order. Let me just make sure I don't forget anything. We're going to get to Charlie Kirk, too. We're going to get to Charlie Kirk later with his attacks on, I don't know, is it the Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act, MLK? I don't know. I'm reading a whole bunch of different things, and I don't even know, what he's trying to do at this point. Let's play a little bit of this video. Let's play this video. Let's take a look at this bullshit. I'm gonna break this bullshit down in a moment. Let's pull this up. Vivek responded to this. So let's just start right here. Let's start to what exactly got all the sheep in a scurry. So over the weekend, Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social, apparently. Says a vote for Vivek is a wasted vote. I like Vivek, but he played it too cute with U.S. caucus tonight. Vote for Donald J. Trump, build up the numbers. In November, we must take our very troubled nation, a nation in decline, back from Crooked Joe and the radical left Democrats and thugs who are destroying it. MAGA. So I saw this and everybody interpreted this as an attack on Vivek. And, I'm just not dumb enough to fall for the shenanigans. I know this game. I have a mentor, goes by the name of Sonny Johnson. A political mentor goes by the name of Sonny Johnson. Also, Jordan Haywood has also been my political mentor. People who have worked in politics, like real work in politics, worked on campaigns and all of that stuff, and have trained me. I've asked them questions, and they've told me, here's what you need to know, right? So, with my training combined with my Hotep Jedi senses, my good common sense, you can't fool me. This is not an attack on Vivek.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Can anybody in the chat tell me what this is supposed to do? What is this supposed to do? Can anybody tell me in the chat what this is supposed to do? Right answer, I'll send you 1 month supply of Flow, formerly known as Master Focus. I'll send you a 1 month supply of Flow if you get this right. What is the motive behind this? Anybody can tell me? Can anybody tell me what the motive is? Somebody in the chat said, Justine Ellison says, I love Vivek. Prove me wrong, y'all, please. You know, when it comes to Vivek, it's not a thing you can prove. It's something that will be revealed over time, and you'll see it for yourself, okay? Setting Vivek up for VP, that's part of it, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. The thing is, you got to know, you know, the thing is like, some people have a superpower of reading people. I happen to be one of those people. I get it from my mom. My dad reads energy. And we just can look at somebody and let them speak and just tell, okay, this motherfucker's full of bullshit, right? We can just tell. It's something that you either learn or you're born with. And I have it genetically. So I can just look at him, hear him talk, and be like, yeah, I can't trust this motherfucker. Can't trust him for you know, I just can't, you know. And I can't explain why. It's just one of those things where I go, like, I look at it and it's just like, I see, you know, a Hydra-headed dragon and you see a politician. I'm like, you can't see the Hydra-headed dragon? It's just like, you know, you got to put on the, you know, the They Live glasses, right? You know, you put the glasses on and then you can see. Well, my glasses are always on. I got, you know, permanent vision that allows me to see this stuff. So if you can't see it, you've got to develop that on your own. I can't help you with that, okay? And a lot of it comes back to, you know, how much do you pay attention to people? So let me see here. Somebody says he's saying what people want to hear. We're going to get into that. I'm going to show you that verbatim. I'm going to show you that. He just basically did that. So let's see. Anybody here got any answers? V Trizzle. V Trizzle is probably the closest. He's the closest, but he's not on point. Okay, let's take a look at that. That was Rumble. I checked Rumble. Let's check YouTube. Nas said, when a motherfucker make me smile too much when they talking, I know they trying to sweet talk me. Also true. Also true. This is what makes Hotep Jesus special. Like, I say shit that I'm not supposed to say, knowing you won't like it. Like, people don't do that, right? Like, that's part of the grift, is just paying lip service. But yeah, him saying what people want to hear is part of the play. That is one tell. That is a tell. Let me see if anybody got this. Hype the fight up. Don King and Trump are homies. Yeah. Trump just telling MAGA don't be fooled, stay solid. I think that's the ruse. So I think the closest is obviously Goldstein, but I don't know if I can give it to Goldstein because I tweeted that this weekend. But Goldstein is Goldstein's the closest. Okay. So you're going to learn something about politics tonight. All right. Or during this stream, you're going to learn something very crucial about politics. And to fact check myself, I put it into ChatGPT over the weekend. So let's pull up ChatGPT, and we're going to have ChatGPT help you guys out here, because this is bigger than Trump and Vivek. This isn't about Trump. This isn't about Vivek. This is about voter turnout. This is about voter turnout. Does everybody get that? Let's take a look. So I asked over the weekend, I asked ChatGPT, to give me the rundown, right? And here's the question I asked ChatGPT. I said, ChatGPT, voter turnout in their primaries can influence the general election in several ways. 1, momentum and perception. High turnout in the primaries can create momentum for a party or candidate, affecting public perception and media coverage. Let's go back. What did Trump say right here? Build up the numbers. In November, radical left Democrats. He's stirring up drama for the fight to get people to care about the Iowa caucus. Maybe there were some pre-poll numbers and they're looking like, the voter turnout. Because what they're going to do is they're going to look at the voter turnout for Republicans and they're going to look at the voter turnout for Democrats. And they're going to compare the two. So this is really a Republican versus Democrat thing. This is bigger than Trump and Vivek. Both sides are trying to see how many people can we get out and vote in Iowa. This is a left versus right race. And we're going to see tonight who wins Iowa. Will the Republicans win Iowa or will the Democrats win Iowa? So Trump, being the genius that he is, the marketing genius that he is, like Goldstein said, being the friend of Don King that he is promoting a fight. And I said this over the weekend. This is fight promotion. This is to get people to buy tickets, AKA turn out and vote. Now, of course, what do the sheep do? The sheep choose. The sheep don't study politics. They're just victims of politics. So the sheep begin to choose. They begin to divide themselves. Oh, I'm with Trump. Oh, I'm with Vivek. Trump's an asshole for that tweet. Vivek's an asshole for this. Meanwhile, they're behind scenes colluding. They're playing you to get higher voter turnout. What does it say here? Number 2, it says party unity. If their primaries are contentious, it might affect party unity, influencing voter turnout in the general election. And that's what we're dealing with, this contentiousness. Party unity. This is also on the ballot. So they're also testing the strength of the party. Will the party fray over Trump versus Vivek? But more importantly, why? Why? And I'm going to show you somebody data mining for this campaign. This individual goes by the name, they just had a baby. A month later, she's out on the campaign trail with Vivek. And she takes to her timeline to do a bit of data mining. Now, some people said she was playing the fence, and I do not want to discredit that take. She could be playing the fence because she's scared to take a side and, whatever. However, this is Candace Owens. She's never been afraid to fucking piss somebody off, as you can tell recently over her Israel stuff. So what does she say? She says, what does everyone think about Trump's attack on Vivek? Overall, was this good or bad campaign move? So now she's behind the scenes and they're data mining. Because remember, it's not about, how much division is in the party. There's always going to be division in the party. It's about why. What are the people saying? So they're data mining the why from people. Okay? And pulling that out of you. Let's go back. I'm putting on a master class here today on psychological subversion and overversion during a political season on the American people specifically. Candidate selection primaries determine the candidates, obviously. High turnout could indicate strong support for certain policies or ideologies. So they get to see, did people turn out for this guy because of this policy or this ideology, and therefore we can add that to our platform later, a la anti-Mason Party of back in the day. Voter engagement. High turnout in primaries may signal increased political engagement, potentially leading to higher turnout during the general election. So if they get people out in Iowa, you can pretty much guarantee those same people will come out for the general election. Resource allocation. Parties and candidates might adjust their strategies and resource allocation based on primary turnout. affecting their general election campaign. So again, data mining. How should we position based upon the way things happen in Iowa? Last one here is the predictive value. Sometimes primary turnout can be a predictor of general election results, though this is not always reliable. And this is what I was saying before, is we're going to see who wins Iowa tonight. So yes, somebody in the chat said you are right. This is a temperature check.
I wish all the black people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the white people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the Hispanics were as smart as Hotep Jesus. Because that guy, he really gets it. He knows how to boil it down.
So that's what this is. Simply a temperature check. AP says, so they're only taking the temperature of the room? That's it. We all know Trump's going to go in there and he's going to win Ohio. We know that. We know he's going to win those primaries. Strictly from a name recognition point of view. Like, you think people in Iowa are going to look at the thing? And that's the other thing. People actually think Vivek has a chance. Nobody knows who Vivek is. Do you know who's Vivek is? The only people who know who Vivek is are the 1% of people that spend way too much time on Twitter, aka us. Twitter junkies know who Vivek is. I remember being somewhere in somebody says something popped up in the news. They said, who's the guy out there in California? And me being the Twitter junkie, I was like, Gavin Newsom. They're like, yeah, him. I was around family members. And none of the family members knew who Gavin Newsom was. So half of them were like, oh yeah, okay, that guy. And the other half were like, never heard of him, right? So people think because you're a Twitter junkie and you eat, sleep, and breathe this politics shit, that everybody else knows who the fuck these people are. Nobody on the fucking Iowa knows who the fuck Vivek Ramaswamy is except the people he reached out and touched, okay? So he doesn't have a fucking chance in hell of winning Iowa. This is a name recognition thing. Go ask any political campaign advisor. They'll tell you the same. Okay? These are just facts. These are just facts. All right? So again, this is a temperature check for the room. See how you guys are talking, how the internets are talking about all of this stuff. Okay? This whole thing is a game. Yes, it's one big game, and you're the one being played. Okay? The real story is how easily HJ has integrated AI into reading culture shifting. Use it sparingly. Use it sparingly. You got to know how to use it. What else we got in here in the chatters? Just checking up on my chatters before we go to the next tweet. Okay. All right. Somebody said Vivek and Trump's policy and ideology match up. This is true. However, there's some issue about eminent domain that Vivek has taken up on his platform that Trump has yet to take on his platform. So there are minor differences in the platforms, but for the most part, they are quite similar. All right. Nas said he wants his 30-day supply. Nas, you got it right. I didn't see your answer, bro. I ain't see your answer. Where's your answer? Let me see if Nas won. He said, anybody that is a valedictorian, in my opinion, toes the line. My mother was salutatorian. Salutatorian. I don't even know how to say that word. Salutatorian? I didn't even know that was a thing. All this school shit. What'd you say, Nas? I ain't see a thing there. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the next tweet. So, again, the division in the party. I just want to cover this 60 seconds or less. Benny Johnson posted his tweet, then deleted it. Catch me on the campaign trail with Vivek Ramaswamy. It reads like he's supporting Vivek Ramaswamy. The MAGA purists have attacked him, and he deleted the tweet. Later on, apologized. And again, this is reading the room, right? Like Benny Johnson has not read the room properly. And if I was Benny Johnson, I wouldn't And it's so really fast before we get to that point. People think that because Candace Owens, Benny Johnson, and others are in Iowa with Vivek, that they are campaigning or supporting Vivek. No, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. It's called grifting, people. It's called grifting. Trump ain't in Iowa. The caucuses is coming up. Sponsors and donors got shit to do. They got money to spend. They got influencers to pay. So everybody's like, well, Vivek's hot on the internet. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go get my clicks by sucking his ass. So everybody runs to Iowa, runs to Vivek to suck his ass, right? Because that's the grift. It's just the grift of the week. These people don't actually support Vivek. They just want to suck his ass for clicks. That's why he took down a tweet, because he himself knows he's not campaigning with Vivek. He's sucking his ass for the grift. And there's nothing wrong with that. If Hoteps did it, we'd be like, yo, I'm about to go to Iowa to get my grift on behind Vivek. We would be honest with our audience. These other influencers, I'm not going to say they're dishonest, but as you can tell, they're slick. Because why would he say, catch me on the campaign trail with Vivek and then delete it? If I put that up and I would just post another tweet, be like, yo, I don't support him. I'm just on the campaign trail with him. I'm just rocking with him. I'm just grifting with him. But it read like support, and he did not want people to be confused with the fact that he's supporting him, because he's probably going to hop back on the MAGA train later. Okay? So let's be clear about this stuff. You see all the influencers running to Iowa, because Iowa is the first caucus. It's the Vivek internet train, and everybody wants to suck his ass for media clicks. Call a spade a spade. This is why you watch the Grift Report, because nobody else is going to say this shit, okay? I'm not in the club, so I get to say this shit. I don't want to be in the club, so I get to say this shit. I'm not bought and paid for, so I get to say this shit. And that's what's great about being a Hotep.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Let's go to the next. So let's get into some of the Vivek shit here. I'm going to play a bit of this. I'm going to play some of this clip until I get bored. Maybe you guys see this. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to play some of it till I get bored, because I really want to get to ideologies. I don't like talking about people. I like to talk about ideas, and I want to just show you how Vivek's ideas fucking suck dick.
But, you know, I've got commitments. It's about this country. I know. It's about this country. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I'm telling you that. You vote for Trump. You're sending him a sledgehammer. No, but you're sending him to his own demise. You're falling into the trap that not only a country's falling in, that he's falling. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I need your support at the Iowa caucus.
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
It's not an argument, it's the truth. Do the right thing for him and for this country. That's what I'm asking you for.
I will consider.
Thank you.
That's the first time
For
I've
this
ever
country.
said that, by the way.
This has never been a Democratic or Republican idea. These are not Democrat ideas.
Okay, so yeah. So that's the clip everybody's in the uproar about. You know, vote for me. I'm going to save Trump, all that bullshit. Let's go to the next thing. Let's play this clip.
All of this fight about who is going to win the horse race to get to the vaccine.
Clout coins. Yes, nerd. Clout coins. Everybody's chasing the Iowa caucus for clout coins. I like that. Exactly. Exactly.
All of this fight about who is going to win the horse race to get to the vaccine was happening a year, 2 years before the pandemic. So we didn't even have to guess who the winner was going to be. We knew that Moderna and BioNTech were the inside runners. We knew they were going to get the contracts from what ultimately became Operation Warp Speed. These were things that were foregone conclusions, and you knew who the people were because they were already fighting over who was going to win. So they lied to Congress about the patents that the CDC, NIH, and its funded entities had. They lied to Congress about whether they had a relationship with Acuitas and Arbutus, which conveniently are Canadian firms, which made nothing but copious profits on the back of, I don't know, a thing that accidentally came into being. And by the way, we have a presidential candidate, Vivek, right now, is the guy who funded Arbutus and Acuitas. So we have a Republican candidate for president who is using for his campaign money he made on his not so publicly disclosed interests in every shot that was delivered. I wonder how that would play if, I don't know, somebody at a town hall would ask an inconvenient question like, hey, Vivek, tell us about the money you made on the back of Arbutus and Acuitas Pharmaceuticals. Why don't we actually have that conversation? Well, we don't have that conversation because the public is, number one, uninformed, and when it is informed, they are too incredulous to believe that the things I just said happen to be true.
Bars. The public's just uninformed. So, when it comes to the vaccine, you got one guy on the ticket who is who profited off of the vaccine. Then you got another guy who, Operation Warp Speed, pushed the vaccine. So when it comes to Trump and Vivek, it's basically a wash when it comes to the vaccine. They both fucking sucked on that. The only reason why I give Trump a little bit of bail on the vaccine is because of his motives for doing that. Like, I give him a slither of bail because he didn't push the vaccine because he thought the vaccine was some sort of miracle. He pushed the vaccine because at the time, the left called it, or the left said it was impossible. They said it was impossible. Meanwhile, everybody knew the vaccine had already been prepped, right? Everybody was like, this patent had already been patented. The vaccine been ready. So his motive was to prove how the left lies. Like, oh, word, we can't get a vaccine together? Watch this. So in that regard, I give him a slither of bail because had the left came out and just said, yo, we need a vaccine and we'll trade Trump's vaccine, he probably wouldn't have Operation Warp Speeded it. Or maybe he would have, and I'm just an idiot. But it was really just his ego is really what got him into trouble with that, and basically saying, yo, I'm gonna show the left how they're all a bunch of liars. And they didn't. And the funny thing is with the left is, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the vaccine came out until Trump was out of office or on his way out of office. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But everybody called it Trump's vaccine till Trump wasn't in office. Then all of a sudden it was like on every single radio station, especially the black stations, because I used to listen to the black stations. Then I'd go to Z100, and Z100s wouldn't have vaccine commercials. It was all the black stations ran vaccine commercials back to back to back to back. It was really scary. Yeah, that was really weird. Anyway, let's get to some ideas. I like talking ideas, and I want to show you how shitty Vivek's ideas are. And this just comes back to another reason why I can't fuck with Vivek. So he posted his tweet yesterday, 7:30 p.m. Day 1 executive action. So I guess these are supposed to be some executive orders he would hypothetically issue or sign. So he says here, number 1, pardon all nonviolent Jan 6 protesters, denied due process, and federal defendants prosecuted based on political motives. Trump, Assange, Mackey, countless others. Okay, so I thought I saw something in here just now. I think I sniffed something wrong here that I didn't detect before. Hold on. Yeah, this first one's shittier than I originally expected, right? And we're going to come back to what I just detected. But first, I just want to tell you, when I first read this, I skimmed it. It took me less than 60 seconds to go, all right, this list is a bunch of shit. First of all, I don't give a fuck about the Jan 6 protesters. I really don't. Juneteenth and all that shit, like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You chose to be the dumbass and take a goddamn school field trip inside the building, knowing your ass wasn't supposed to be in there. You know, it is what it is, right? my dumb ass, I stayed home because I knew the shit was a honeypot. If you didn't know it was a honeypot, then I was just on you. Now, I do sympathize with the Jan 6s. I don't think they should be incarcerated. I think there should be some leniency. So I do agree there. There should be some leniency. I think Jan 6 was a great day. Shout out to Juneteenth. And we barbecued on that day as a nation. And it felt good, right? It felt good. Because people stood up for what they believed in. But there's just a bunch of dumbasses, right? Now, when you become president and you have an executive order, I'm expecting you to do something that is great for the nation with the first rung or the first thing of your executive actions. Pardoning a handful of dumb motherfuckers is not gonna excite me. Like that's day 2, because he says down here, then comes day 2. No, them motherfuckers is day 2. The Jan 6 protesters are day 2. Let's be clear. They are day 2. That's not day 1 shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't got nothing to do with the nation. It's not what the fuck people are out here voting for. You pardon a bunch of motherfuckers, what changes in the nation? Not a damn thing. So it's an executive order. He's just paying lip service. Secondly on this, which I just detected because I'm actually reading it now, he doesn't say I'm pardoning Jan 6 protesters. He said the ones denied due process. That's very specific. What is that, like a handful of people? No. It should be every single last one of them that were nonviolent, whether they got due process or not. See, he's slick. He's slick. He know y'all motherfuckers can't read. He know y'all see Jan 6 and pardon and go, yay. Nah, if you gonna pardon anybody, you pardon the whole lot. You pardon the whole lot. If it had been me, I'd have pardoned the violent ones too. But that's just Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus?
That's what I would do. But I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that. I'm really like that. He's not like that. Then he hits you with the Assange and all of this stuff. That's internet talk. Nobody in the real world knows who the fuck Julian Assange is. Shout out to Julian Assange, free him and all of that. I sympathize with his movement, his plight, WikiLeaks, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, love it. Lip service, that's internet talk. This is all internet pandering. That's what this is. He's like an internet pandering candidate. He's not talking to real people in real life. You think you can go on a campaign trail across the United States of America, across both political aisles, and be like, my first executive action is going to be pardon the Jan 6s. People are going to laugh you out the building, yo. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. So this is pure cap right here. This is cap. This is what you call cap. Let me get caps. Let me get cap emojis in the chat, because this is pure cap. Justine Ellison says, you don't even vote. Why do you care? All right, we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop right there. Hold on. We're going to stop right there. And we got to play a classic. Because I don't got to talk. Because sometimes when the goats talk, you just let the goats talk, right? So let's pull up the classic. Let's pull up this classic right here.
I think you might have noticed
Let's pull this up. Justine needs a little bit of help, so we're going to help her out here. Let's play the clip.
Don't complain about politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Yeah! Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks. Fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just the fault of these politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them. So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way.
I got hit. Hold on. I got hit with the you are streaming content that belongs to someone else. Let me wait for the thing to get off the screen, and we're gonna bring it back. Fair use, as the kids say. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for Justine. Justine, you ever seen this clip before? You ever seen this clip before, Justine? Huh? Miss Vivek? Hey, chat, y'all gotta tell Justine about the Hotep's track record with calling out grifters. She ain't here talking about she love Vivek. It's gonna be 2028, because that's when Vivek's gonna be president. And she's gonna be like, oh my God, I hated him as a VP. Oh my God, he was terrible. You were right, Hotep. Because that's what happens. Everybody eventually becomes a Hotep because we say something, and then your question has not been answered. Hold on, I gotta wait for the warning to go away, and then I'm gonna finish playing the video. And if you don't get it after I play this video, I can't help you. I just can't help you. Javante Nelson, 1999. Appreciate you. That's their first super chat on a live stream. Damn, appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, let's see if we can play this now.
On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons I don't vote. First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years doesn't mean a fucking thing. And secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around. I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote and you elect dishonest, incompetent people, and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in. You have no right to complain. I, on the other hand, who did not vote, who in fact did not even leave the house on election day, am in no way responsible for what these people have done and have every right to complain as loud as I want about the mess you created that I had nothing to do with.
You get it now, Justine? Huh? Do you get it now? Do you get it now? I, the non-voter, get to complain about the shit country y'all create. So because y'all vote, I gotta be the one to educate y'all on y'all vote. Because y'all believe in this dumbass system. But somebody has to educate you on the system and how things run, and you should keep your expectations low for these people. My expectations for Obama was surviving 8 years. My expectations for Trump, surviving 8 years and giving the media hell. Those were my expectations. The border, didn't expect much. Economy treated me well, though. You know what I'm saying? Strong Dad said, I said on Sunny Space, like hip-hop, politics reflects what people really want. Politics is representative of the facade of society's psyche. Correct. Water Style says, Firestream dropping big gems. Thank you. Let's go back now. Let's go back, because I like talking about ideas and not people. Next one. Order a 75% headcount reduction in every federal agency and rescind greater than 50% of federal regulations which fail to meet the West Virginia and EPA standard. All right. So, anybody know what the EPA stands for? Isn't that like the Environmental Protection Agency or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, so somebody tried this recently. I'm going to show you. Right here. We need the update though. Is this the update? So Malay tried this. He said, I'm going to cut the staff. And you know what happened? Do you know what happened? It failed. Right here. January 3rd, 2024. Here we go. Let's pull this up on the screen. It failed. Argentine court suspends labor changes in a blow to President Malay's economic plan.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You need congressional approval for that. You think you're going to just lay off a fucking half of your government or 75% and they're just going to lay down and allow that? Again, lip service. This is called lip service. It's called pandering. Can't do this, won't do this, and even if he did, it's a terrible idea. And we had a stream like this last year where we talked about what would Hotep Jesus do, because I responded to this exact sentiment. And my concept is I don't want to destroy any jobs. As a president, I'm supposed to create jobs. I'm not supposed to destroy them. As a president, I'm not supposed to hurt people's livelihood, because when he says I'm going to eliminate 75% of these positions, is he talking about Congress? Has he limited how many House of Representatives there are and how many people in Senate there are? So who is he really firing? You know who he's firing? He's firing your aunt. He's firing your uncle, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. He's firing good people. And what's going to happen? They're going to have to go to the government, then UBI, then the CBDC, and all this other shit comes down the pike. Eliminating jobs is just not a good idea. It's something that, a corporation may do right before it's time to close their books for the year, right? It's something that they would do. Increase or when they want to increase profits, right? It's not something that the government should do. And really what it is, it's just lip service and small brain thinking. So several things that I would do instead. Instead of firing these people, I would retrain them into new positions. Malay had, ministry of this and a ministry of that and all these different ministries. Instead, I would just reappropriate those ministries and have them follow more of Austrian economics, school of economics. It would just be more Austrian, it'd be more Mises. It'd be more Hyatt, and less Keynesian. That's what I would do. I'd make a transition. We would not eliminate those jobs. We would replace those jobs. So if you don't want to follow, Austrian economics and you want to follow Keynesian economics, so we get somebody in here that does, and we keep that job. There's a lot of money that gets created at the Federal Reserve, and I'd love to see that mentioned here. And I'm not even expecting him to do something crazy like abolish the Fed. I'm not asking for him to do that. Nobody's got that type of bravery. But I would like to see some controls put on the Fed, specifically around money creation and interest rate controls. If I had an executive order, I would suspend all interest rate changes for the next 10 years or for the duration of my presidency. Do not touch the interest rates. Leave them as they are. Let the market decide what the interest rates are from then on forward. So that's what I would do. I would suspend interest rate changes coming out of the Federal Reserve. Do not touch the fucking interest rates, you slimy lizard fuck bastards, okay? This is educational speaking. Now, he can't type that because people don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, right? They don't even know how important that is. But again, I would not have a reduction in headcount. In fact, I would have just job retraining. Let's put these people into new positions and change the direction that the country is going in, as opposed to just eliminating jobs. This is just, again, just lip service to sound cool, right? Okay, repeal Lyndon B. Johnson's Executive Order 11246, which mandates race-based quotas in federal government and for contractors. I'm agnostic on this. However, again, like, this is something that is designed to piss off black people. This talking point right here is designed. It's a white identitarian. This is something you would expect from Clown World or N Wokeness or, you know, one of these white identitarian accounts. This is what you'd expect from them, right? And this is very small brain thinking. You know, I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I frankly don't give a fuck. But we have to point out how menial this is, how meaningless this is, and how much, you know, how little this affects the entire country, right? Again, we're talking about things that are going to affect me and you on a day-to-day basis. If they remove this, how do me and you give a fuck? You think I give a fuck if it's more or less black people in government? I really don't give a fuck. I mean, if you got rid of the black people in government, the government might actually function better.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Maybe. And the only reason why I say that is because the black people you got in there now are all fucking brainwashed by the left and doing a damn good job of it. That's why I say if they put white people in those positions, white people will be less effective at ruining this country than when you indoctrinate black people. Because black people, you put the battery in their back and they going 110 miles an hour. The white man not even trying to destroy the country that fast as black people try to when they're brainwashed by the left. Black people take so much pride in their work. You know, they work so hard to get here and get this government job. I'm going to do it 110%. Meanwhile, his white coworker is banging his secretary and fucking wasting the budget, and you over here giving a fuck about a country that never gave a fuck about you. So I take the guy not doing his job, because if the government's run efficiently, it's going to efficiently ruin our lives faster. So yes, I might like the idea of repealing this. However, it's a huge fucking nothing burger. It's one of those things you say on the internet to get white conservatives and the reactionary movement and red whites and white identitarians to like you. It's an internet troll. It's some childish shit. Okay? You know what? And this is why I had to pause earlier, because when we're talking about repealing things, you know what I'm going to repeal? Shout out to Thomas Sowell. Shout out to Milton Friedman. Shout out to Mises. Ludwig von Mises and Hayek, okay, in the School of Austrian Economics. You know what I would do? I would repeal minimum wage.
I wish all the black people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the white people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the Hispanics were as smart as Hotep Jesus. Because that guy, he really gets it. He knows how to boil it down.
And I'm not even going to explain why, because if you follow this channel, you guys already know why. If you follow Thomas Sowell, or if you follow Walter Williams, or anybody in, you know, Mises, you guys already know why this is important. All right. Now, will that piss off black people? Maybe. But really what it's going to piss off a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people, left, right, up, down. But you know what'll happen? It'll make the country better. You'll find more jobs get created. You'll see upward mobility in this country. You'll actually see wages go up. That's going to be the effect of removing minimum wage. will allow wages to go up, because now how do you price somebody? How do you price somebody that works at McDonald's? So that means the person that works at McDonald's is not working at McDonald's because they want to get paid $20 an hour or $15 an hour. They're working at McDonald's because they want to get job experience. So which means we can give those jobs back to teens. Which means that little bullshit ass job at Walmart, we can give those back to high school students. We can give those jobs back to college students. Which means we can revisit how kids get experience, job experience in this country. Kids go to get jobs in the summer. They like, I can't find a job. All the adults took them. So repeal minimum wage. Next one, move troops to the U.S. southern border and northern borders. Order federal disclosure of all communications between federal bureaucrats and private sector actors to censor or financially penalize government disfavored speech or conduct. Now, I'm going to get to the troops one in a second. But wait, what? Order federal disclosure of all communications between federal bureaucrats and private sector actors to censor or financially. This just sounds like Stalin to me. Like, I get what he's trying to do, but this just sounds like I've eliminated 75% of this headcount and I've moved that budget to the FBI. Mr. I'm going to stop the FBI says, oh, wait, let me give the FBI and the CIA more work. That's what this looks like to me. Where you want to snoop on people's conversations. I fully believe that there should be some privacy allowed between the government and private sector. And if they're going to play funny games, then we just vote them the fuck out, right? They ain't say nothing about Nancy Pelosi. And, you know, that's another thing. Why didn't he talk about how these politicians are betting on the stock market? Because that's what him and all his friends is doing. Like, you want to attack, you know, federal and private. Why don't we talk about the Federal Reserve and the revolving door between JP Morgan Chase, the other banks, and the Federal Reserve? Jamie Dimon working both private and government at the same time. Fuck federal disclosure, nigga. They're working in the private and public at the same exact time. How do you hold both positions? You got to eliminate that. Let's come back to this last one right here. Move troops to the U.S. southern and northern borders. No. This is just fucking dumb. That's just fucking dumb as shit. That's just dumb. You know why it's dumb? I'm going to tell you why it's dumb. The immigrants are already here, you dumbass.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They already here. All right, you want to stop the bleeding? Cool. Can you address the hundreds of thousands or whatever the number may be of illegal immigrants that are in our cities now? He doesn't address that. He doesn't address that. How do you not address that? Okay, you want to stop the bleeding. Cool. What about the tumor that's already there? How are you going to remove that, Vivek? I would have said immediate removal of all illegal immigrants to the southern border ASAP. Across the country. Removal. You can move troops to the southern border, but we already got troops at the southern border. We got a whole division called ICE for the southern border. That ain't the motherfucking problem. They still gonna get across the border. You're gonna put one man at every foot on that border? How many people, somebody do the math, how many people do you need to put a soldier at every foot across that border? If they held hand in hand across that southern border, how many people will we need? Somebody please do the math on that. Somebody please do the math on that. Address the issue. They are already fucking here, Vivek. So this is the type of rhetoric that works on stupid people. It don't work on hoteps. All right? It works on stupid people. It works on uninformed people. It works on people who don't read. It works on people who don't conference with other smart people, but it doesn't work on Hoteps, right? So he can just pack that shit up and sell it to somebody else. Hold on. I ain't coming home. I want to show y'all another video. Yeah, let's cover this really fast. Big Brain updated today. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. Why didn't it pop up? Here we go. All right. Put this on the screen. Update. Shout out to Syscoin. Big Brain sponsor. Make sure y'all download the Pally wallet. P-A-L-L-I. Update on BlackRock Holdings. This is the following the ETF announcement. Yesterday, I reported that BlackRock moved 50% of their ETF into cash. Well, today they updated, and they did indeed, as I thought, buy the dip. They are now back in 100% in Bitcoin. How did they know? Question mark. We have a new set of whale traders in the game. The ETF fund managers can trade in and out of cash, any currency, Forex included. More to come. Okay. Somebody asked, this is legal? Question mark. I thought they had to own 1-to-1. Yo, these Bitcoin people dumb, yo. Well, maybe he's not a Bitcoin guy. Let me take that back. I don't want to make fun of somebody and call him dumb because he's probably a good guy. Founder of So Fresh. My bad. I take that back. He's not a Bitcoin guy. He's not a Bitcoin guy. I take that back. You're a restaurant guy. You specialize in food. I should not make fun of you for not knowing this. But it's just funny to me because you think that any of these financial institutions hold a 1-to-1 ratio of any fucking thing. And he says, nope, we were misled by Eric Balchunas. The ETF issuer fund manager has full authorization and right to move in and out of Bitcoin in any proportion. It is an actively traded vehicle. This is okay, but we were misled. It's as if like Bitcoin people never studied TradFi. That's why I'm so glad I had TradFi experience coming into this shit, because I know what the fuck's going on from a traditional point of view. But it's like they have no idea how Wall Street works. And then they're talking about, oh, we got a new set of traders to compete with. And last week they was all celebrating. And I tweeted them like, yo, what the fuck are we celebrating? You just increased the competition to have all these big whales come in. Shaq Toshi called in. We debated for a little bit. And I'm like, bro, you don't see price manipulation coming in? Nobody saw this? It's just my crazy ass. Why am I the one that was born with the eyes that could see? And everybody else is just fucking blind. And to me, the shit's fucking obvious. BlackRock wants in on Bitcoin. BlackRock plus Bitcoin, where in there do you see a positive? You know, I don't like giving myself credit. I really don't. Because I don't deserve any credit. Because I'm not the only person that knows this shit. I just fucking study more than these motherfuckers. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Let's go to the phone lines. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. And I don't know it all. I damn sure don't know it all. I don't know shit, really. I'm just an idiot that likes to read. Actually, I don't like reading. I'm just an idiot that happens to read. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. We'll take calls right after this short, brief commercial break.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick? They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.
We back. We're going to get some callers here on the line. Let me address the chat really fast. Somebody said it's like celebrating the BlackRock ETF. This is Mike Has Bad Knees. I love this analogy, by the way. Mike says it's like an independent music artist wanting to win a Grammy. Oh, man, that really speaks to my heart. Goldstein, man, happy Monday, happy MLK Day, man. What's going on with you?
Happy motherfucking MLK, a.k.a. Insurgent Day.
Oh boy, it's Insurgent Day?
Insurgent Day.
Uh-oh. Why you say that?
Obvious reasons. I don't want to get into them today, though.
I mean, everybody's basically showing their hand, right? And showing who's an insurgent and who's not. So I get what you're saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What you got for us today, man?
So what I wanted you to do was, real quick, Google search, what does the Chief of Staff of the White House do?
All right, let's take a look here. Gonna put this on the screen. Hold on. Says here, Office of the Chief of Staff is responsible for directing, managing, and overseeing all policy development, daily operations, and staff activities for the president. This office coordinates and communicates with all departments and agencies of the administration. But that's not what you want.
Well,
wait, no, that's right. I'm sorry. Chief of Staff, right? You said Chief of Staff?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Okay.
Now, doesn't that just kind of highlight that fucking post that you highlighted of Vivek's?
How so? What do you mean? In what way?
Overseeing policy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's all the little fucking lip service ass shit that he fucking laid out there. But he's been doing that since day one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's acting as a chief of staff.
That's right.
Interesting.
This is why I've been saying the whole time he's going to be Trump's chief of staff. He's been doing that job since day one. Keep on reading though.
Hold on. The chief of staff is a political appointee of the president of the United States who does not require Senate confirmation and who serves at the pleasure of the president. While not a legally required role, all presidents since Harry Truman have appointed a chief of staff. Let's go to duties. Role. Okay. The responsibility of chief of staff. Selecting senior White House staffers and supervising their office's activities, managing and designing the overall structure of the White House staff system, control the flow of people into the Oval Office, manage the flow of information to and decisions from the Resolute Desk with the White House Staff Secretary, directing and managing and overseeing all policy development, protecting the political interests of the president, negotiating legislation and appropriating funds with United States Congress leaders, cabinet secretaries, and extra governmental political groups to implement the president's agenda and advise on any and usually various issues set by the president.
That's exactly what the fuck he's been doing this whole campaign.
That's true. That's true.
This is why I've been saying since day one, this fool is going to be his chief of staff. This is what he's being designed to do. Chief of staff is kind of like a bulldog in regards to the fact that they control access to the president. They protect the president from certain things. even unbeknownst to the president sometimes.
Mm.
They oversee policy, and they're like I said, they're like the bulldog. Basically, he's going to be Trump's Rahm Emanuel.
Mm-hmm.
This is the position he's cut out for. He's very fucking aggressive when it comes to dealing with the media, when it comes to dealing with other entities. You know what I mean? He's got that bulldog in him a little bit. He's all about laying out Trump's policy for him, since Trump's not on the campaign trail. The only thing he did add was a few different things that you highlighted that Trump hasn't really been on that type of time yet, but floated out through fucking Vivek's ass to see how well it lands with the voter base.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Haram Light for the $10 super chat. I'm sorry, Cash App. Cash App $ Hotep Jesus to support. Appreciate you, bro. And Antonov for the $10 Cash App. Appreciate you, yo. You know, that's on point. You know, he's definitely acted like chief of staff.
It's the crazy. You're basically the advocate for the president and the White House.
Mm.
And so, I mean, if you're going to be one on the campaign trail, I could easily see you being one, formally speaking, because a motherfucker like him doesn't want anything to do with politics. This is all a grift for him.
Mm.
He doesn't want to be a career politician. There's no money in it. There's no real money in that unless you're fleecing, but he can do that outside of that. He's already made a name for himself in the private sector. But this will help enlarge his profile to such a degree that he'll have carte blanche throughout the private sector.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree. You know, I think another potential route for him is VP, so he can be president in the future. I slightly disagree with your point that there's no money in politics. There's a lot of money in politics. You just have to get it after you get out of politics. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you look at, you know, for example, the Obamas and what happened after they left the White House and how their net worth went up. You know, it's money afterwards. So serving does set you up in the future. But while you're in the position, there's money, but not the same.
Right. That's my thing is that he's venturing into the politics to enlarge his profile. So that way after he's got it going on.
Correct.
Like just sitting there being a fucking career politician like a Pelosi, the only way you make that money is doing what Pelosi was doing, which was fleecing the market and other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually the dumbasses end up becoming career politicians, right? Because they're basically worker bees. They work for somebody else, you know, private interest, they're donor base. So they're basically worker bees who aren't smart enough to get out of that position, like Pelosi, you know, whoever else, right?
Right.
And some of them like that. So this, you know, is something weird about human nature. Some people like being the middleman, you know, even with all the work. They like having people. They feel powerful for some dumb reason. It's kind of weird. So some people get off on that position, but you're right. Usually that position's held for dumbasses.
Yeah, and an easy one to fucking get up out of is chief of staff. Like, there's no real obligation for that motherfucker to run for office or do anything after that.
Yeah.
You know, most people can't even name who the last few chief of staffs were.
Right.
It's a real undescript motherfucking position, but it's one of influence. It's one where you keep your hand on the fucking pulse of policy. That's for damn sure. And it's also one that you can manipulate that policy to fucking benefit you down the line once you're out of the public sector. So,
right.
Smart play on his part if he does go that route.
Yeah. I mean, either way, we're going to see him on TV, right? Either way, we're going to see him at Fox or, you know, some news station, or he's going to be fucking modeling Calvin Klein underwear or some shit like that. He's going to be in movies, but he's definitely, you know, he just wants to be a guy that talks.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. Happy motherfucking Insurgent Day to you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Jonah, calling, and anybody, I want you Vivek motherfuckers in the chat to call in. I want you to stand on business and call the number 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. I want to argue with you dumbasses. Sorry for being so disrespectful. But I want to argue with you dumbasses. Where the Vivek people on my phone lines? Where are you? You in the chat, but you ain't on these phone lines. I don't want to argue with you in the chat. I want you to call in and tell me why you believe in that slick snake tongue motherfucker. Jonah, what's up, yo?
I never believed in him. Day one, I told you the round table shit.
Uh-oh.
Remember, day one, I called in. I said, he's a round table. He's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you look at it, they finally pulled him off the round table website, though.
They said, shout out to Rapnik Vaughn. He said it would take 10,206,240 soldiers to cover the southern border if they all held hands.
Dude, I've said this to you before. You know what you guys need to do? You have more illegal immigrants working in the USA than we have employees in Canada.
Yo, big facts.
How do you have that many people work illegally? Because it's intended, it's wanted,
So United States, so it says it takes 10 million to cover the border. I just looked it up. It says United States is also the world's third largest army in terms of manpower. We only have 1.4 million active personnel. And it requires 10 million to cover that border.
Here's a better question. Since you're speaking about the border, did you catch that the YouTube clip I showed you of Mike?
Nah, what's that?
DM.
Of Mike who?
Like Fresh Mike and Protocol.
No, hold on. My messages are fucked. Okay.
Yeah.
Like all around the board. I see a YouTube video here.
It's Mike and Protocol.
That's Mike and Protocol?
Yeah.
1 minute clip?
No face, no case?
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's play this. Hold on a second. Stay quiet while I play this.
Yeah.
It's a 1 minute clip. Let's play it now.
No face, no case.
However, in an online video, alkaline hydrolysis is spurring claims that human remains are being fed to the public. But experts say the water is sterilized and passed through waste. Holy shit. Oh, okay. That last line one more time. Slow down, everybody. Let's read this together. However, an online video on alkaline hydrolysis is spurring claims that human remains are being fed to the public, but. Now, but is a hard stop. Comma is a pause. But is a, now I'm changing the direction. But experts say that the water is sterilized and passed through wastewater treatment facilities before entering the home. So they're not, oh my God. Oh my God. Jonah, what are you doing to me, bro? This is not.
This is Jonah.
This is weird.
So that's where all the migrants are going, eh?
This is
They're
Jonah.
admitting
That's my opinion.
That's Fresh Mike?
Yeah.
Damn, why am I not? Let me subscribe to his channel. Yeah, there you have it. They feeding you dead people.
Yeah, and that's where that's where the migrants are going. Because 7 million estimated or whatever, right? And never mind the getaways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 times the city of Los Angeles. Where the fuck are they?
Where are they? They in the water.
Where? Yeah. And then so the bones actually don't liquefy, right? So then they ground them up and sell them as calcium powder.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, these are our masters. And then like people just sit back and let it all happen. That broke Mike's brain though. Yeah, no, with Vivek, I mean, like, let's be honest, like, now, the other thing, because Goldstein said, let's get on this one, because he reminded me of this. Now, he said about the chief of staff. Now, do you know who actually designed the chief of staff as the role that exists today?
Now who?
H.R. Haldeman. Now, H.R. Haldeman was with the Nixon administration, and I'm pretty certain that he is family with Elon's mother, because they're both Haldeman, and they both are in certain locations, but not at the same time. So I can't necessarily, you know what I mean? So it's like if you have family in one city and then like a small town or whatever, right? You know what I mean? So they're both in like these. Their families are both in these small towns in like Pennsylvania and all this shit, but at different times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty certain that it's another like Illuminati family, Haldeman, so like Elon's mother, and then he was the chief of staff for Nixon. That kind of sold him out to the agency, and then they got rid of him, even though he won 49 states. Yes, Nixon won 49 states.
You said about 4 million troops. We got somebody said we got 3 million. Somebody said 4 million. Either way, y'all not meeting the 10 million mark. Y'all still short soldiers. We're gonna need to call China for some more people.
Anyways,
averaging wingspan human is 6 feet. So you need. Okay, so it says you need. Somebody corrected it. Mark Guerrero said you need 3.5 million people with arms outstretched, holding hands to cover 2 million feet of 2.1 million feet of U.S. southern border. So basically, we'd have to double the amount of our military to cover it, holding hands. Thank you,
or
Mark.
just don't allow the illegals to work.
And that's what's gonna happen. And that's the thing. Like that's why I didn't like about Vivek's response. You know, his idea of, here's what I'm gonna do day one. And I'm like, yo, you ain't addressed the motherfuckers that's here already. How you going on to day one talking about you gonna put people at the border and you ain't addressed the people that's already in this motherfucker? This is the motherfuckers that's here we got to worry about.
Now here, I'm gonna throw you a fun curveball. Didn't they already address the illegals with Reagan in '86? Yet now you're back at the same spot.
Yeah.
Well, with Bush, I mean, because he shot Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Or had Reagan shot.
Matter of fact, you reminded me. I got a video I meant to play. We gonna play this as soon as you get off the line.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get off anyway, so I'm on lunch and I need to start cooking. So Hotep build.
All right, Hotep and Bill, man. Appreciate you, yo. Jonah, the in-house. All right, we got somebody that's for Vivek waiting in the wing. Hold on, we're gonna get to you right 1 second. Let me just play this video. Watch this shit.
Most importantly, if you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the
Become a sponsor family. Y'all taking illegals into y'all crib?
Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family. If you're a local official, a college president, a business owner, or a faith leader with an available building or space in your community, please work with us to offer it as a shelter site. If you're a social service provider, please consider becoming an emergency.
Rob say, how much they paying? You dirty dog.
The assistance homeless shelter provider. Our resources are stretched thin there as well. And if you're a hotel or a motel owner, consider opening it up for emergency assistance. If you're a landlord or a property owner, we can use you too and connect you with service providers to help transition families into permanent housing. Everyone
Permanent housing.
has something they can offer.
See, that's my executive order. This bitch fired. Now this bitch gotta go. My executive order, everybody that talk like this bitch gotta go. They are not allowed to be here. We are packing them up. We are putting them on boats and we are shipping them out of this fucking country. You drop them off at Epstein Island, I don't give a fuck. Get them the fuck out of here. We talking about Vivek. Oh, we need to put troops at the border. What? Nigga, you need to get rid of the problem that's already here. You don't even know how to address the problem once they get here. Because somebody gonna cross in this bitch. So even if you put troops at the border and people get in, right? let's say it happens to be effective. They slow the bleeding, because you're not going to stop it, but they slow the bleeding. What do you do with the people that are already here? Where's your plan for that? Vivek ain't got a plan for that. He just knows he can pander to low IQ voters and just say what they want to hear. Oh, my border, my wall. And then that's it. Yeah, our veterans and families still on the street. We got unhoused people still on the street. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's get to this Vivek guy here. Call in. He said, yo, I'm for Vivek, but I'd rather set up a one-on-one call. No. You call into the show. We handle this publicly. I'll be nice. I'm always respectful. Most of the time. Sometimes. A little bit. Depends on what you say. Call in. Let's talk about this now. Because I'm telling you right now, if we have a one-on-one conversation, we better be talking about money. We not about that. I'm not wasting time away from the Grift Report to argue about politics. I'm not doing it. We're just not. If you call me and be like, yo, B, I want to talk about Vivek, I'm going to be like, yo, fuck you. You're not like, no, I could be getting money during that time period. I set aside 2 to 4 p.m. to argue politics. Outside of that, I ain't got time for this shit. Call me up if you want to get money. Then we could have a meeting. I had a meeting with Interstellar Gaming today. We was talking money. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk money, we could talk money one-on-one. If it's not one-on-one, then we talking money, I don't want to talk about it. Yo, who's this on the line?
It's Mark, man.
What's up, Mark? Talk to me, man. What's going on, man?
I would definitely like to talk money.
Okay.
But
we can do that.
Shoot the shit too, and I just wanted to share some opinion.
I don't shoot the shit offline. I'm not that type of guy.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't, because I don't care about this shit enough. I come on this platform, speak to my audience because they value my opinion. And then once we get off of here, my first priority is my kids. My second priority is my kids. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk, now if we're at a party, like if you came out to the Grifties, yeah, we could shoot the shit there.
I'm paying for I'm paying for the time. If business is over with, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're paying for the time, we can talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Talk about kids. Talk about whatever the fuck. But
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
But just so you know about me, I'm first generation born here. My parents are from Peru.
Okay.
My grandparents came here, brought their kids here.
Do we got to call ICE on your grandparents?
Say that again?
Do we got to call ICE on your grandparents?
Nah, not anymore. My grandmother, yes. My grandmother. I told her she needs to learn English. She still don't speak English, bro. Everybody speaks English except her.
Grandma's safe. She's safe. But talk to me, man. What's up with you and Vivek, man?
I voted for Bernie the first time. That's the first time I got into politics. I was when Ron Paul was running.
All right.
The old man, and then I didn't vote until Bernie started running, and but he didn't win. I still voted for him, and then 2020 I voted for Kanye, and this year I feel like Vivek is the best chess move to make. But you guys are making great points, man. You guys are.
But so I don't disagree with you. He is the best candidate. That don't make him not a Slytherin fuck.
I agree. He's a Slytherin fuck, bro. Okay. Listen, one of the things, I didn't trust him at first because one of my, I guess, dreams were, maybe my kid or my grandkid will be the first Spanish president. And when I saw he was running, I'm like, this is not the brownie I wanted in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And conspiracy-wise, to me, Barack is not black. Just like.
This is true. You is what your mama is. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I wanted a Spanish brownie in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all blacks had your turn. I wanted the Spanish to get their turn. I just didn't expect an Indian to get in there before us.
Yo, let's stop right there. First of all, you are absolutely fucking correct. Ain't no damn way in hell we allowing an Indian to be president before Pedro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, my whole family dislikes me, bro. Yeah, my whole. I agree with let's get the immigrants out of here, and that's why my family dislikes them.
Okay.
Like, yo, they all gotta go. Cause the other day you said if you put a beard on Vivek, he looks like a terrorist. I tell them if Muhammad shaves his beard and takes off his turban, he looks like fucking Jose Miguel.
Yo, word.
It's the same. Yeah. So I agree. So what? So you don't vote at all? Like you don't vote?
No. Fuck, I'm voting for.
I feel like, but I mean, it's just to play the game, no? Like,
I'm supposed to leave my house and stand in line to go vote so that people can go back and look at the record and then see it says my name and next to it says dumbass for believing in the system. No, this is not the legacy I'm leaving behind.
Yeah. I'm 33. I only voted twice. But I was big into conspiracy theories. Like I mentioned last time.
The last time I got off my ass and voted was Barack Obama's first term.
Okay.
I went to a radio station. I did not vote before then. That was the first and the last time I left my house to vote. I went to a radio station interview, and I was a rapper at the time, and they asked me, "Why are you voting for Barack Obama?" And I said, "Because he's black." They're like, "You don't care about his policies?" I said, "I don't give a fuck. I don't trust the president of the United States any goddamn way. I just want to see a nigga in there." Now, that's some real ignorant, dumb shit to say. In hindsight, I take it all back. But, that was me when I was, I don't know,
younger,
24.
right, younger.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just young and dumb. The internet's not like what it is today. I didn't have the information. So it is what it is. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I voted for Barack Obama twice. The second time, I think my mom did one of the mail-in ballots things. I think my mom mailed in my ballot for Biden. So there might be a Biden ballot vote out there with my name on it, just to be clear. Because, I pretty much let my mom do what the fuck she wants if it makes her feel better.
Just to change the topic, back to Vivek, bro. Just as an observer, because I feel like I'm an observer in this world. And, I just observe, and I'm not always in the position to make a move, so I like to, advise, suggest to the people, I like around me what I think their best move is, and that's why I mentioned when I called in the first time ever was when I told you to, why don't you interview Vivek? Because your ideas are like top notch, bro. They're like, I'm your thoughts, your opinions. And I just feel like, I feel like I would like to just hear you question him and see his responses, because he's addressed the immigrants being here and, going and being shipped off back to, I guess, to the countries. He said he would do it by like the last number of their TIN ID number. I don't know if he was being serious or not, but the same way he said he would fire, federal, FBI, and that he would use the last number of their ID. So I just feel like he's answered some things that you've questioned. But if you have, like right now, you just make great points that I feel he hasn't answered yet. And I would just like to see those ideas clash,
All right, tell his team to reach out.
Tell who?
Tell his team to reach out.
Okay. All right. Okay. I guess that's it, man.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the calling, man. Great chat.
Yeah, God bless, bro. Take care.
Hotep and Bill. Good guy right there. Let's talk to Tari. I think Tari likes Vivek. I don't know why the hell Tari likes Vivek. He said Vivek would never talk to the Hoteps. Matter of fact, I'm not talking to Vivek till he talked to Sonny Johnson.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Remember when Vivek was supposed to have a talk with Sonny Johnson and then the shit got rescheduled and then it just got canceled altogether? I'm not talking to Vivek till he talked to Sonny Johnson. Because that was the first conversation that was supposed to happen. This was early last year or summer last year or something like that. I don't remember. But this is a minute ago. So when he talked to Sonny, I'll talk to him. But if you dodge Sonny, I can't really respect you.
Call from.
Sorry.
Tari, what's up, man? Don't come in here with your Vivek shit.
No, I don't like Vivek, man.
Okay,
you
thank
got me
God.
mixed up with somebody else.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Hell no. But you remember what I was telling you. I'm with y'all actually. I'm with Goldstein. I hadn't thought about that at all. I was kind of thinking maybe press secretary, because of the way he the way he out there and just in the public and everything now. Because I don't know who else Trump would pick for press secretary now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anything in your head, like any names in your head, but yeah, Vivek was probably the first pick I thought for press secretary. But he might be right about that chief of staff. That actually makes a lot more sense. Like,
yeah,
it makes a lot more sense for the for if they made an agreement and he's gonna still be controlling a decent amount of stuff. Because one of the things people had a problem with was kind of the way Trump executed his policy.
Yeah,
and that's the other reason that people are pushing DeSantis, right? Like they're like, oh well, Trump was cool and everything, but he lacked the the political know-how. So that's why they think DeSantis is their guy.
Right.
Well, you kind of would get the best of both worlds if Vivek was his chief of staff, right? Because he clearly knows how to get shit done. I don't know about legally, but with the team and everything and his business experience, he could probably do a decent job knowing what Trump wants to do. So
it's just me.
It's
It's just me. You now are a moderator. You are now a moderator over on Rumble. Thank you. I appreciate you. Interstellar Gaming, $20 super chat. Thank you.
Oh,
appreciate you. I spoke to him this morning. We had a really good talk. And my apologies for the delay on that Interstellar Gaming. With the funeral I went to last week and all that stuff, it was really hard getting time together with Interstellar Game, but we finally got a chance to talk for about 30 minutes today, and that was great. Yes, Vivek is great chief of staff. Yes, I would agree with that.
Oh yeah, man.
And so let me be clear. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me be clear when it comes to Vivek, right? Because I want people to be prepared for this, okay? When it comes to Vivek, I recognize his great ability. I recognize his intelligence. But when my spirit tell me I don't like somebody, I gotta follow my spirit. And I do not like that guy as a person, not as a businessman, as a politician. I don't like him as a person. I never met him before, so it's not fair. I'll be honest, it's not fair. But from where I'm sitting, that motherfucker gives me the heebie-jeebies, okay? Trump seems more like a guy that I would trust to be Trump. See, Trump is going to be Trump, and that's just is what he is, right? Like, I trust something that I can predict, right?
Yeah.
That's really what it comes
There's
down to.
certain people whose motivations are just kind of obvious, like blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
And if I can't tell what your motivations are, I'm even more suspicious.
Yeah, and Trump
You're a
is like,
wild
I know what moves Trump. I know what he's going to do before he does it and why he does it. So I can trust that. Vivek, that motherfucker's a little too slimy for me. He's just a little too slimy, a little too slick. And I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't like him at all. And maybe I'll change my mind in the future.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the angle is.
Yeah. Yeah. But so again, let me come back to my point. When it comes to Vivek, I believe that is the Republican Party's best option for 2028. If I voted in this election or the next election, I would vote for Vivek, right? Like if I was one of those dumbass voters, I understand why people like Vivek. I just get off on being the anti-Vivek guy because I don't fucking like him. And I see right through him, and all of his words are fucking shallow as shit, and they just missed the mark.
Most people are on your side though. I think even the people that kind of want to like him are like, I don't trust this nigga.
Yeah. He says you are conflating slimy with confidence. Now, you're talking to one of the most confident people on the planet. It has nothing to do with his confidence. Like, stop trying to guess what it is. I got a third eye for this shit, man. That's why they call me the third eye Jedi. I just got a sixth sense for fucking people. He thinks it's the confidence. You think Vivek got more confidence? That's what I was about to say. He ain't got no more confidence than Trump. Like, you think confidence is what I'm worried about? I'm not worried about his fucking confidence. Yeah, Bluntstep, my spidey senses is tingling. That's what's wrong with motherfuckers. Motherfuckers always need to think some way out of some shit, and they don't know how to tap into their sixth senses. That's what's wrong with a lot of you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers don't know how to tap into your own fucking spirit, your own soul, your own intuition, and listen to your intuition. What did I say, Hotep Khan?
That's what you were talking about at Hotep Khan. You kind of, I think you were saying, turn off that left brain.
Turn the brain off.
Sometimes you gotta turn off that left brain.
Sometimes you gotta turn your brain off and feel, yo. You gotta feel. You gotta just know. Not think. You gotta. I think. This is what I think. No, here's not what I think. Here's what I know in my soul. And some people, you know, that's why they talk about black people when they talk about soul and soul music, because we be tapped into that soul. And I feel like white people have been fooled into not tapping into that. And that's why their countries are getting usurped, because they not tapping into that soul power. Meanwhile, the Rothschilds are tapping into that sixth sense power, and all these other entities are tapping into the symbology and the rituals and all of that shit. The rituals the rituals are neutral. It matters. If you want to see a crazy ritual, go to a Catholic church and tell them you're not sitting in the middle of a cult ritual. You know what I'm saying? So like the ritual is agnostic. Is what you do with the ritual that matters, and a lot of that shit comes down to placebo and an effect in the universe and laws of attraction and all that shit. But yeah, Vivek is he can't be trusted.
I was gonna say you can get a lot of that from your ancestors, and I think a part of that was kind of keeping people away from that. These people like don't think that they can go to, or people are afraid to go to their ancestors anymore. Like, especially they kind of keeping they try to keep white people, I think, away from it. They keep
anybody they can, but especially white people. They keep white people away from that type of spirituality. Yeah, they keep white people away from tapping into their ancestors. Right? They'll tell them that's satanic or some shit like that. But white people, are some of the greatest purveyors of esoteric work, specifically Sir Francis Bacon, right? When you look at Sir Francis Bacon, let me see if I can find this. Hold on a second. I'm going to show it to y'all.
That name sounds familiar.
Sir Francis Bacon is the real William Shakespeare.
Was that him?
Yeah, he's the one that he's Shakespeare's ghostwriter. Let's see if this pops up. Let me see. All right, here we go. So right here we got Sir Francis Bacon. Let's pop this on the screen. And you wonder why he's able to be like such a great writer, because he's tapping into like his inner power. So they say right here there's an alleged connection with the Rosicrucians and the Freemasons. He says have argued there's no substantive evidence to support the claims of involvement with the Rosicrucians. So there's a lot of arguments about, was he Shakespeare? Was he not Shakespeare? Was he a Rosicrucian and all that stuff? When you dive into his actual writings, he talks a lot. Here's a thing. It says a vision of Bacon as a mystic was supported by some scholars. So Francis Bacon, his work is very much saturated with mysticism, is what they call it, and that's what people aren't tapped into. They're not tapped into their etheric body, their soul, their third eyes, the pineal glands calcified, and so they can't even operate without the brain. You know what I'm saying? Without thinking and needing evidence. Well, what evidence do you have to back up this claim? There's times and places for evidence, like in court and Congress, but like when it comes to like vibes and people, like that's a real thing where you have like these vibes that you just like you get and you just like, oh, now that motherfucker slimy.
And then also, I think the best part about it is if when you learn how to tap into it and utilize it correctly, like you said, you can turn that thinking off. But it also allows you to think better. Yeah. Like, because you're not ignoring what's right in front of your eyes. A lot of times you can take your brain and you can completely cloud what's in front of your eyes. Which is like you see exactly what's there, but you let them basically, telling them to don't believe your lying eyes, but you're doing it to yourself. That's where that delusion comes from. A lot of the time, you just feel, you just let it come. You just know, what's around you. You can feel, you got your senses for a reason.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, man, good talk, man.
Hey, good talk, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man. I'll see you at the Grifties.
Yeah, everybody make sure y'all tap in. And I just got my ticket, too. Probably bring somebody with me. You
know? Bring a little hottie with you, maybe a good date. You know what I mean? Fly out.
Yeah. You're going to be out there.
All right, man. I'll see you then. Hotep and Bill. Shout out Tari. Tari got his tickets for the Grifties. Manly P. Hall got the lessons. Manly P. Hall does have the lessons. There's a really great book by Manly P. Hall. Let me see if I can show this to you. Manly P. Hall. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. This one right here. You can actually get a copy of this on the CIA website. And that's the thing, like, if it's on the CIA website, your ass need to be paying attention, okay? CIA.gov, The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. Okay? And this takes you into all the various different esoteric studies of the past. It's just a good overview of the esoteric studies. Really good. I have a physical copy of this book. I've never read it back to front. It's one of those things where, like, let's say somebody brings up Tahuti, right? So I'll go to the life and teachings of Thoth or Hermes Trismegistus, right? Which is basically Jehuti or Tahuti out of ancient Kemet, right? So I'll read a chapter on that to brush up my knowledge, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a really great document. I think everybody should go out and get a copy of that. Strongly suggested. But you got to tap into your superpowers, man. Your Jedi shit. Y'all don't tap into your Jedi shit. You gotta be. If you're a Hotep, you gotta tap into your Jedi shit, yo. That's like the final level of Hotep. The final level of Hotep is like transcending the human body. Search for the Manchurian Candidate is in the CIA library website. American Cholo is an ex-gangster podcaster. This Third Eye Talk. Yeah, this that Third Eye Talk, A lot of people ain't ready for this shit because, their brain been warped by the church. And there's actually, I'll show you something. There's actually, check this out. You got this organization. It's called Martinism, and Martinism is a form of Christian mysticism and esoteric Christianity concerned with the fall of the first man, his materialistic state of being, deprived of his own divine source, in a process of eventual, if not inevitable, return called reintegration. So this is Martinist order that exists even till today. I think this is it right here, the Martinist, Martinist.org.
Call from.
And this is somebody who uses the Bible and Christian teachings to tap into mysticism because your church has removed those teachings or omitted those teachings or ignored those teachings. But there's mysticism built into your Bible that a lot of y'all don't get a chance to take advantage of. Who this on the line?
Yo.
Yo, what up, bro?
What's cracking, cuz? How you doing?
I'm good. I can't hear you, though.
Oh, shit, I got you. Hello?
Yo,
cracking, cuz, man. I heard my nigga Manly P.O., man.
You said what?
I heard my nigga Manly P.O., man.
Oh, you know about Manly P, right?
Man, if you nigga, man, I had that shit in high school. If you niggas don't catch up.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is shit we done studied like 20 years ago.
Hey, I have a cheat code, though, because when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, my mom used to drag me to motherfucking church and all that. But, you know what I'm saying, my dad worked at the church house, man. But I was beat with that fucking Christianity all fucking day. I was outside. Well, I was staying with my dad because, you know what I'm saying, he had me on the weekends, man. I'm outside playing with the church kids, you know what I'm saying, off of Huck, you feel me, Cleveland shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the back playing basketball, seeing some kids. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm the suburban, you know what I'm saying? I'm at my dad's crib, I'm like 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, can I play? Yeah, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We playing, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? They talking shit, I'm keeping quiet. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas started talking shit on me. I said, yeah, fuck you, nigga. All I heard was, what? 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 I said, what? Got my motherfucking ass whooped by like 8 little niggas. Looking at the church like, God.
Church couldn't even help you. Got your ass whooped right by the church.
I told my dad, man, fuck this guy, nigga. What the fuck is that?
That's the day you gave up on church?
Nigga, I gave up on church when these old ass bitches is fucking everybody, and the pastor keeps diddling kids, and they keep disappearing. Honestly, I was turned off after them niggas. You feel me? Like, I was turned off after these niggas talking about, yes, we take the blood of Christ. Nigga, I seen Blade. What the fuck is y'all doing?
Yo, okay, stop right there. People kill me when they say, oh, all this satanic worship. And I'm like, yo, you know, in the Catholic Church, they pour wine out and tell you you are drinking the blood of Christ. And you want to tell me that the Satanists got an issue? Nah, nigga. The Catholics got a motherfucking issue if anybody got a fucking issue. And I was raised Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I got confirmed and everything. So I know all about their rituals.
Oh yeah, I wore them dresses.
I never wore the dress. I didn't. I wanted to. Pause. I wanted to be an altar boy, but you know that I think that was a little bit out of my reach.
But I fuck with church too. You know what I'm saying? My black church. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it's about
the Eucharist. Yeah, that's what they called it. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
He hold up the bread. This is the body of Christ. And then the wine represents the blood of Christ. So you want me to eat his body and his blood?
Eating and drinking, niggas.
What the fuck are we doing in here? Yo.
Eating and drinking, niggas. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this motherfucker? I fuck with church too. Like, church was great.
Word.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? Money started drying up. Okay, they started playing musical chairs with the motherfucking pastor. And now it went from,
back now. But I think the Rumble stream's dead now.
Hey, type shit.
Rumble's
like
trash
that,
for that, yo. They got to do something about that. If I don't hit end stream, nigga, don't end my motherfucking stream. How do they do that shit? Hold on. Maybe I gotta set this back up. Hold on. Oh, I think that's all right. Let's try that. All right, now we back. That was my fault. I'm sorry, Rumble.
No, you straight.
All right, we
You
back.
straight?
Yeah.
We all good. Shit happens, nigga. We black. That's what
They
happens.
said
Shit
Rumble.
happens.
Nah, it wasn't Rumble. My software crashed. I don't know why, but my software crashed. But it could be the Illuminati and bloodlines of the Illuminati and all of that shit. Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? All that. It was probably that. You know what I'm saying? They like, wait, they talking about you drinking blood. That's our food. Stop it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Everybody just got to sit back and think. Look at all the shit you're supposed to fucking believe. And just look at, like, when anybody's looking at any of this fucking shit you're supposed to believe, just look at the type of people who say this shit and see what their actions are about. And you'll see what type of, you know what I'm saying, either what that ideology will do to you or what type of person that whatever you're doing is breeding.
Yeah.
Like, if you pay attention to people, which is esoteric knowledge, because the gateway to the fucking spirit is through your mind, but you know what I'm saying?
The gateway to the spirit through the mind. There you go.
So they got your mind, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Got to reprogram yourself. I'm just happy I started Earth. I had Hotep parents.
Yeah,
So,
I
you
had.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, if you had Hotep parents, then you had a head start.
But they was like Hotep to the point where they stopped and then they gave up, you know what I'm saying, because they had kids and all that shit. But that's what
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, that's the natural progression of a Hotep. And you got to understand, they didn't have the internet either. So it wasn't constant reinforcement. You know what I'm saying? It took more work to be a Hotep back then. You had to go to the meetings and then, you know, all of that, you know,
You had to deal
bullshit.
with agents. You couldn't fact check
Agents.
niggas on their lives.
Yeah.
There's so much, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a different time. But I give props to anybody who survived the Hotep wave of those days.
Man, it's great too because my mom just got knee surgery, so I'm like, she can't move or run. Nigga, I've been reintroducing her to the new version that's going on. All the shit she missed, all the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this dude, that dude's master teacher. His master teacher is that person, and now he's on YouTube. Like, oh no, that dude, he connected to that master teacher. Like, you just gotta follow the strings, man.
Yeah.
Especially when trying to figure out if these niggas is corny or just trying to sell you on something. Like,
Yeah, my brother, I got a half brother, and him and my dad got a group chat, and every once in a while he popped like Hotep videos in there, and I just look like, yeah, this is some shit I watched like 15 years ago.
Bruh.
Y'all niggas just getting caught up on Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark.
Bruh. Like, you ask any of my homies, like, I've always been this nigga. Like, I was that nigga, like, niggas used to be like, yeah, son, you know what I'm saying? I just hit, what's her name? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Her pussy was fat, blah, blah. Like, listen, brother, you know what I'm saying? We have to treat our women.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up. I used to get my
Yeah. I was definitely the Hotep in my friend group. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Then you turn gangster, and then everybody's like, all right, we respect me now. And then if you keep talking that shit, they'll be like, oh, okay, I understand what you were saying.
Yeah, now
like,
they understand.
I talked to some of my homies like, nigga, like, I know you was talking that shit, but why was you with us? I'm like, nigga, to get closer to the solution, sometimes you got to get at the problem.
You got to get at the problem. Absolutely.
I was a scientist in the streets, nigga. Like, I was doing street shit, but nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with you, niggas. What the fuck is wrong with all of us?
Niggas is case studies and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because my parents is pussy. Like, they not in the streets. They done fucking head away. My brother's pussy. He done fucking went to college and all that shit. Like, I'm the only nigga not fucking pussy in this motherfucker. And now it's paying off because everybody's scared and all that shit, afraid to go outside. I'm like, you know, been walking out with my balls out this whole time.
Nigga, I saw so many masks at that damn, I saw people pulling up in masks at the funeral. I said, man, I wanted to give a speech like, yo, take them fucking masks off, man. I thought y'all ain't trust white people. You know what I'm saying?
That's the hardest part of being an observer, nigga. You can't, you gotta let it run its course. Gotta let it run its course. But, you know what I'm saying? Watch out for YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Nero, you feel me? Buy some Hotep tickets, nigga. Go get your fucking tickets. Now, nigga, I got 2 of them. One for me and one for whoever. Fucking, I'm trying to get this motherfucking knowledge, nigga. Fucking, you know what I mean, nigga? Go get some money. Go get some crypto. Fuck all these niggas. Believe in yourself. Everything is a reflection of you. So once you figure out yourself, nigga, all the reflections make sense. Okay, that's all I got. Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill, appreciate you. Shout out to my Ohio peeps. Yeah, Grifties tickets on sale right now. Make sure you come out to our event, the Grifties. Grifter of the Year Award, March 9th. Got ads running right now. It's going to sell out soon, so make sure you got your tickets before it sells out. Breaking. Voters are coming forward to reveal a massive voter fraud operation underway in the Iowa caucuses, wherein the DNC, Haley, and DeSantis campaigns have attempted to bribe and solicit them to caucus for DeSantis or Haley for up to $100 an hour per voter turnout tonight. I don't know if I believe this. I would not believe that if I were you. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying don't run around telling people this shit is true. Because when it comes to elections, what happens is there is real election fraud, but you'll have accounts like this, post some shit like this, and then it discredits you because you pass this around like it's truth. So if you think there's real voter fraud and you have evidence, now this is one of those things where you do need to have evidence. You know, your 6 cents ain't going to be enough, right? You're talking about voter fraud. Your 6 cents can let you know and alert you to it. But if you want to do something about it, you're going to need some evidence because that's a legal issue. And the courts do not recognize the third eye. What else is happening? I'm just looking. I'm just trying to get caught up here on what the sheep are saying about the Iowa caucuses. Everybody's like, you know, doing their Iowa caucus videos and streams today. So it's a good grifting day. Mark Rubio endorsed Trump. Oh, that's good. Yeah. President Trump has already won the Iowa caucuses. Now it's just a matter of who is counting the votes. They're going to try and steal this election from us. So this guy, Joshua Hall, I might have to just mute him. This is a third eye decision here. We're going to have to mute him. He sounds like fake news. And also never trust anybody that has 40,000 followers and follows 20,000 people. Yeah, never trust those type of accounts. There's no way you can follow 20,000 people. I'm just looking for information at this point in regard to Iowa and if there's any recent developments. They got the DeSantis people out there, and that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I'd love to know who has the higher IQ, DeSantis or Nikki Haley. Because they both seem dumb as shit to me. Oh, that's fucked up. Only 3 days ago. So yeah, hold on. Let me just do one Google search. I just want to see where we're going to get our voting results from. All right. So Google's on top of it. Pause. Hold on. So the Democrats' results aren't till March 5th. Okay. The Republicans are tonight, and we're expecting results at around 8:45 p.m. And we don't have any results yet. What's PBS saying? How to watch results. Close that. What is it saying? All right. So we got to wait. I thought there might have been like some early poll numbers of, this district or whatever, but I guess everybody's got to vote. It's still kind of early in the day. Anyway, we got chess lessons tonight. Kick.com/Hotep Jesus. Join the Kick channel. We got chess lessons tonight. You want to become a badass in chess. Interstellar Gaming, thank you. Gifted 5 Hotep Jesus memberships. Interstellar Gaming, we spoke today. He was like, yeah, Hotep, what do I, pay you for today's consultation? And I didn't feel like he used me. Like I didn't have to do much work. It was more like, just random questions, and it didn't require much work for me. So I told him, don't pay me. I couldn't really, I didn't change your life in any way. So I told him, don't pay me. And he's a good guy, and he's super chatted over on Rumble. And now he gifted 5 Hotep Jesus memberships, and I appreciate that. Yeah, chess lessons, kick.com/Hotep Jesus. International Master Alejandro Moreno from Cuba, who will tell you all about the ills of communism, is leading that lesson tonight. Vinzinger says, 1 month membership. Appreciate you. He says, we're going to need a Hotep Jesus in American Cholo. Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. I wouldn't oppose that. Everybody needs a little Hotep Jesus in their life. Right? You got to send me 100 for the stock picks. Did I give you some stock picks? Oh yeah, I did give you some stock picks in the Big Brain chat. Join the Big Brain chat, Telegram chat. Sometimes I send stock picks in there, and they're really good because I usually don't say anything unless I'm sure. So join the Big Brain Telegram chat in the box below. Tell Cannon, Retro Neon, $2 over on Rumble. He said, tell Cannon I have more ammo. I say less. So I'll be back for chess tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Be merry, be well, stay Hotep. Tell somebody in your family that you love them. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.